Hello everyone, this is day 3 from Back to Basics Foundation of Yoga. It's my March Yoga challenge or project of having or practicing yoga, having a short yoga class every day. So hello there, I see people are joining in. So this is for you if you didn't join me yesterday or the day before. This is our third day of the daily free yoga classes practicing with me. We're back to basics, so if you're a beginner, these classes will be really good for you. And if you're not a beginner, also welcome. And you just want a short sequence to keep moving or just relax. We're aiming to have 15 to 20 minutes of practice every day. So hopefully you are ready. And let's get started. So get yourself comfortable and let's get started. We're going to start today from standing position. So just stand up and practice with me. So come to the front of your mat or just stand tall. So we'll try to take some standing sequence, some grounding sequence. It's been a crazy long day today, so it's always good to kind of just feel grounded to the mat. So we'll start by standing first in mountain pose. So you have two options. You can bring both feet together, the big toes can touch, or just widen your stance a bit, hip width apart. So hip width apart is about 2 fists next to each other, and this is before like the width or the space between both feet. So sometimes you find, especially if you're a beginner to yoga, this maybe standing with your feet hip width apart is a little bit easier, especially for balancing poses. So we'll just start by standing here first. A mountain pose is basically you're really standing tall. Make sure you're grounded first. So we'll start from the foundation up. Your feet are on the mat, and go ahead and lift your toes. Spread all the toes and bring it down all the way on the mat. So you're really grounded and your toes and feet are gripping the mat. You're standing tall, back straight. And if you find yourself creating a bit of tension in your shoulders, just try to relax and bring the shoulders down. Hands can be just next to you, palms facing forward, or bring palms to touch in front of your heart center. So I'm going to be starting here. And just start breathing. So go ahead and take a few breaths here. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling either through the nose or through the mouth. Just to settle in, scan your body. If you had a really long day, just take those few moments to breathe and see how you're feeling. See how your body feeling. Any areas of tensions, any just mental issues you're working with, lots of stress or not, which is always a bonus. Just take those few moments to connect. Bring awareness to your breathing. Bring the awareness to your body. And connect your breathing with your movements. So inhale and exhale. Close your eyes if you wish. Or if you don't like to close your eyes, just try to gaze softly in front of you. Take one more deep breath, breathe in and breathe out. Good, now inhale, bring your hands all the way up to the ceiling or the sky. Bring the fingers to touch, and from here you're going to bend your back just a little bit to the back. Just bend it slightly. You're just moving the spine, so not too much, just a little bit. can look up or look in front of you. And as you exhale, you're gonna fold from the hips. So rather than rounding your back like this, try to fold from the hips here. And bend the knees. So you're bringing the idea that you're bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Your hands can be on the mat or your feet or just hanging there. That's absolutely fine. And just try to really bring the chest closer to your thighs. And now inhale, halfway lift. You're going to straighten the legs first. Bring the hands on your thighs. Roll the shoulders back and keep your back up, halfway lift. And back should be straight as you're gazing in front of you. So you're always inhaling when you go away from gravity, or you're standing up or lifting, you inhale. And then you exhale, then you're folding forward again. So bend the knees, go ahead, bend the knees, bring the chest closer to your thighs, hands down, head down. And then you're going to inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your back, come all the way up to standing. Hands up, fingers touching, bend the knees slightly if you can. And then you exhale, bring the palms to touch at your heart center. And just take one moment here to breathe. And we're going to repeat it again. So just move with your breath. Inhale, bring the hands all the way up to the ceiling or the sky, fingers touching, and back bend just slightly. As you exhale, fold from the hips all the way down, bend the knees if you need to, bring the chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, straighten the leg first, hands on your thighs, roll the shoulders back and bring your back up, halfway lift, the back straight, and you're gazing in front of you. And as you exhale, fold all the way down again, bend the knees, chest to thighs, fold. And as you inhale, come all the way up to standing, stand tall, hands up to the sky, fingers touching, back bend a little bit, and as you exhale, palm to touch in front of the heart center. Take a breath here as you stand tall, relax the shoulders, gaze in front of you or close your eyes. Take a breath in and out. Good. We'll do it one more time, but this time I'm gonna add a few more movements. So inhale, hands up, look up to your fingers, fingers touching, back bend slightly. Exhale, fold from the hips, fold forward, bend the knees, bring the chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs, hands on your thighs, roll shoulders back, halfway lift. Keep your back straight as you're gazing in front of you. Now exhale, bend the knees again, bring the chest closer to your thighs. Bring your hands on the mat here, and from here you're gonna step the left leg behind. Keep the right leg bent 90 degrees. So we'll work on the foundation, so 90 degrees. Try to keep the heel, let me move this. Try to keep the heel under your knee, so one straight line. Hands here in front of you. So work on the foundation first. You're okay here, then bring the left knee down on the mat, straighten the leg. Inhale, lift the chest, look in front of you. And from here, you're gonna tuck the left toes, bring the knees away from the mat first, hands on the mat, and you're gonna step your right leg behind you. Now bring the hips all the way up to the ceiling in downward dog. Adjust your feet, adjust your hand. So you're really spreading your fingers here, gripping the mat and pushing the mat away. So think of yourself in downward dog as this V shape. You need to keep your back straight, shoulders away from the ears, and really pushing the mat away. Go ahead and just bend one knee, bend the other. You're still waking up the body, warming up. So go ahead and just stretch one leg, bend the other. Take the movement that feels comfortable, that feels good, and then come to stillness.
If your heels are lifted, that's fine, stay there. If you feel that you need to bend the knees, also absolutely fine. Try to keep as much as you can, keep the back straight. So you're really pushing the mat away, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and breathing. Take 3 breaths here. If you can, straight your legs, go for it. If it's too much, then just bend the knees, micro bend it. 1 more breath. Now bend the knees, look in front of you, walk or step to the front of the mat. Okay, as you inhale, straighten the legs, hands on your thighs, roll shoulders back, keep the back straight, look in front of you. And as you exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down, chest to thighs. And as you inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands all the way up, fingers touching. Bend your back slightly and then exhale, bring the palm to touch in front of your heart center. Take a breath here. Let the breath guide your movement. Good, now we're going to do it one more time, adding a few more movements. So inhale, hands up all the way, fingers touching, back bend slightly. Exhale, fold all the way down, bend your knees, chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs first, hand on your thighs, halfway lift, so roll the shoulders back, keep your back straight as you're gazing in front of you. Exhale, fold forward, bending the knees, hands on the mat, and from here you're going to step the right leg back this time. Again, working on your foundation first. So left leg bend, heel under your knee, 90 degrees. And from here you're going to bring the right knee down on the mat and foot down straight. And inhale, lift the chest, look in front of you. And as you exhale, tuck the right toe, bring the knees away from the mat first. Place your hand on the mat and step the left leg behind. Back to downward dog. Again, think of that V shape. Adjust your hands. Push the mat away. Adjust the feet as you need to and just breathe. Inhaling and exhaling for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to add one more movement here. So first, bend the knees. So on your tiptoes here, bring the heels up and bending the knees. So you're going to push yourself with your toes to push yourself to the front. Adjust your hands and bring yourself to plank position. So in plank, make sure it's like a push-up position, but make sure that your wrists are underneath the shoulders. You're on the tiptoes here, and rather than you find your hips a little bit down, bring the hips up. So hips high. Strong hands, straight legs. And from here, you're going to push your chest a little bit forward first. So use the toes, push yourself forward, bring the knees down, and then bend your elbows all the way down with control, bringing the chest all the way down to the mat. Very good. Bring the hands closer to your chest and tuck the elbows rather than your elbows like this. Try to bring it closer to your chest. As you inhale, lift the chest, lift your head. In Cobra, keep the elbows bent, look in front of you. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Now tuck your toes, push yourself up here, use the knees, so from here first, and then with the toes, with the hips, bring the hips all the way up to the ceiling. Downward dog again. Take a breath here. And breathe out. Very good. Then bend the knees. Look in front of you and you can step to the front of the mat. Inhale, straighten the legs, hand on your thighs. Bring your chest up, roll the shoulders back, halfway lift, straight back, look in front of you. As you exhale, bend the knees, bring the chest closer to your thighs. And as you inhale, come all the way up to standing, standing strong, standing tall, hands all the way up to the ceiling, fingers touching and back bend slightly, look up. Exhale, palm to touch in front of your heart center. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, hope you're good so far. So we're going to do the full sequence now, and this is called sun salutation. So if you just want to do one thing in yoga, if you can remember this sequence, just try to do it. Try to do it first thing in the morning. It will warm you up. Try to do it fast or slow, your pick. So let's start. I'm going to do it, on both legs. So the full sequence starts as inhaling, hands up, all the way up to the sky. Fingers touching, back bending. Exhaling, fold forward, bend the knees, bring the chest closer to your thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs, hands on your thighs, roll shoulders back, halfway lift, keep your back straight, areas gazing forward. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the hands on the mat, stepping the left leg back, keep the front leg, which is the right leg bent, bring the left knee down. Inhale, lift the chest, look in front of you. Now tuck your toes, bring the knees away from the mat first, and from here bring the right leg behind to downward dog. One breath here. And from here, you're gonna push yourself forward. So first, bend the knees you can, bring the heels up, and pushing yourself forward to plank. Just your hands or just your feet, you're in plank, and pushing the chest forward, bring the knees down, lower all the way, so bend the elbows, lower all the way down to the mat. Bring the hands closer to you, tuck your elbows, inhale, come to cobra. And as you exhale, lower all the way, tuck your toes, push yourself away, use the knees, and then bring the hips all the way up to the sky or the ceiling. Take a breath here in downward dog and breathe out. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend your knees and bring it between your hands and hold here first. Then slowly step your feet between your hands. So the front knee is the right knee, or right leg is the one that's bent, and left leg straight. Bring the left knee down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the toes, bring the left leg away from the mat first, and from here you're going to push yourself to standing. Adjust yourself here first, and then straighten the legs, halfway lift. Hands on your thighs, keep your back straight, roll the shoulders back as you're gazing in front of you. And exhale, fold forward, all the way down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, hands to the sky, fingers touching, and back bend a little bit. Exhale, palm to touch in front of the heart center. One breath here. Now we're going to do it on the other leg. So as you inhale, bring the hands all the way up, fingers touching and back bending. Fold forward, fold from the hips, bend your knees, come all the way down, chest to your thighs. Inhale, straighten the legs, hand on your thighs, bring the chest up, keep your back straight, shoulders roll back as you're gazing in front of you. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the chest closer to your thighs, and from here you're going to step the right leg back, keep the left leg bent in front of you. Bring the right knee down on the mat, hands in front of you. As you inhale, lift the chest, look in front of you. And as you exhale, tuck the right toe, bring the knee away first, and from here you're gonna bring the left leg behind. 2, you guessed it, downward dog. Take one breath here, and breathe out. Now, bring the heels away and you're gonna push your chest all the way to plank. Adjust your hand, adjust your feet. Wrist underneath shoulders, you're on the tiptoes and hips are high. Push your chest forward, bring the knees down, and from here bend the elbows with control and lower yourself all the way to the mat. Hands next to your chest, tuck the elbows, look in front of you as you inhale, lift your chest in cobra. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck the toes and push yourself away from the mat. Use the knees, and from here, bring the hips all the way up. Take one breath here and breathe out. Now inhale, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knees and bring it in between your hands and hold here, and then step that leg between both hands. Bring the right knee down. Inhale, look in front of you as you lift your chest. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, one movement, one breath. Bring the knee away from the mat. From here, you're gonna step all the way, to the front. Inhale, straighten your legs, hands on your thighs, halfway lift, bring the chest up, straight back, look in front of you, roll the shoulders. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the chest all the way to your thighs, folding. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, standing strong, standing straight, hands or fingers touching to the sky. Bend your back slightly, and then as you exhale, palm to touch in front of your heart center. And take 3 full breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders. So we're going to end our practice as we started it in mountain pose. Standing straight, standing strong. Take a few breaths here. As you inhale and exhale in through the nose or the mouth. Open your eyes, smile, and thank you for sharing your practice with me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them on my page. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 4 of Back to Basics Foundations of Yoga. So keep up practice, stay healthy, and stay safe. Bye-bye, everyone.